to DHA Education. I welcome you all to DHA Education System, Subject Environment of Pakistan, Class 2, Week 6, starting from 11th May to 15th May. References and resources as usual that will be required is Environment of Pakistan by Huma Naz Sethi, Chapter Agriculture, page 122 to 130, Factors Affecting Farming in Pakistan. Along with the factors, we will also be discussing the problems of livestock farming. Explanation of the topic will be done with the help of web maps and pictures. At the end, short questions will be given for confirmation of learning. By the end of the lessons, you will be able to identify major problems of livestock farming, describe factors affecting agricultural output, explain solutions to the problems of livestock farming, and how to define sustainable agriculture. In this topic, you will learn about land reforms, sustainable agriculture, problems and solutions of livestock farming. First of all, we will start with the problems of livestock, dairy and poultry industry. Illegal smuggling of animals from Pakistan to Afghanistan hampers production, leading to shortages of able animals. This shortage of supply increases the price of animals in local markets, as we are experiencing in case of the prices of meat, mutton. Also, the price of their products like milk, meat increases. Lack of processing facilities like pasteurization renders most of milk unsuitable for consumption after some period of time due to milk's perishable nature. Transport links must be improved so that milk is transferred from areas of production to areas of demand quickly and thus does not spoil when it reaches the yields of dairy animals can vary, thus more focus needs to be showered upon animal husbandry techniques to achieve good reliable yields. The existing breed of cows and buffaloes produce low amount of milk or beef when slaughtered, resulting in low turnover for the owners. Many dairy animals are susceptible to diseases including malaria. With poor veterinary facilities, the yield of animals is fairly low. To further compound the problem, the animals may die early, providing no returns whatsoever. Monopolization and price fixing mean that the farmer receives a very low percentage of the actual price of the milk which is sold in market. So the farmer has a very low turnover and he has little money to reinvest in his business to try to improve. These are some of the problems which are faced in Pakistan by the livestock farmers. In this web we are summarizing all those problems, like few veterinary hospitals are available for the care of the animals, lack of grazing grounds for cattle, sheep, high prices of animal feed, difficult to keep in cities and near their market. If the prices of the animal feed is high, it will also increase the prices of milk and mutton, eggs or poultry products in the country also. Inefficient marketing system of milk and other products leads to less profit and low investment in outputs. Gap in price of livestock products in rural and urban areas. In rural areas, usually the prices of these products are less, whereas in urban areas it is usually high. Inadequate facilities for storage of meat, for example, refrigeration, pasteurization, all these things. Unavailability or shortage of electricity leads to this problem as well. Grazing unirrigated fields causes soil erosion by wind when they dry out. Unhygienic conditions in animal husbandry lead to unhealthy animals. Primitive breeding methods result in low quality animals. Insufficient breeding for quality. How can we improve the conditions of livestock, poultry and dairy industry, and what is government is doing? First of all, vaccination programs need to be improved so to prevent or reduce cases of diseases which affect production of milk and beef, also mutton. Medicinal and fodder facilities must be improved to increase health and weight of animals. New varieties of animals must be introduced in Pakistan, and hybrid of desi and new variety must be developed so that the offspring produces higher yields and is also able to survive conditions like high temperatures in Pakistan. Milk processing facilities must be developed so that value can be added to milk. Also, hygienic conditions must be improved so exports of milk related products can improve. Hygienic conditions also help maintain health of animals so the farmer suffers fewer losses due to premature death. Biogas and electricity generation facilities must be established. Decomposing manure produces methane, which can be burnt to produce electricity in rural areas. This can be used to power refrigeration and milk processing facilities in the country. Milk collection units must be set up to collect milk from different areas and bring it to one main processing facility. Machinery can be leased to farmers like tractors. They are used to grow fodder or transport fodder. As for a small farmer, these are expensive to buy. Poultry coordination boards should be established at federal as well as provincial level to help stabilize and maintain prices of animal products. Lack of grading of eggs at farm level does not promote the quality of eggs at a price premium. The practice of grading at producers level would be encouraged, and price on the basis of grades and standards should be regularly collected. Now, next topic that we will be discussing is factors affecting agricultural output. As we all know, this web is showing that there are some natural factors and there are some human factors. When we discuss the natural factors, includes topography, soil, water including rainfall, temperature of the area, pest and diseases. And when we discuss the human factors which increase the output, it is marketing, that how a farmer can sell its products, size of farm, high yielding varieties of seeds, irrigation, mechanization, fertilizers and plant protection programs. It includes the use of pesticides and insecticides including herbicides on farms also, and how government is promoting it. First of all, we will discuss the natural factor. Topography. As the name shows that if the land is flatter or if it is a plain area, then there will be larger agricultural farms. But if it is a mountainous areas, then there will be less agricultural farms or the output will be less. And commercial farming is difficult to be done on small size of farms, especially in the mountainous areas, because it is difficult to flat the land in mountainous areas. Usually flatter the land, more crops will be produced on plain areas as compared to mountains where less flat land is available. All those soils which are rich alluvial soil and they are present near the rivers are best for the production of crops. That is why most of the crops are produced in upper and lower Indus plain, because the soils are well developed. Rainfall, it is very important in north where Barani farming is done, like Potwar Plateau, and where crop production depends on rainfall. Temperature, in the northern mountains temperature is usually low, so crop production is less, whereas we move towards south of Pakistan, the crop production is more because of increase in temperature. Pest and diseases, they are also a problem for farmers and reduce the production of crops, which leads to less profit. Human factors. Irrigation facilities, all those areas which have less rainfall can be irrigated with canal irrigation. Like Indus Plain is irrigated through canals for agriculture. Fertilizers, they are very important for crop production and doubles the production. Mechanization, it speeds up the process of agriculture like the use of tractors, harvesters and threshers. Marketing of crops, it is not organized properly in our country with the lack of transportation facilities which increases the price of products also. These are some of the HYVs, that is high yielding varieties of seeds for different crop, and their names should be learned because usually examiner ask these questions in the CI examination as well. Wheat, Maxi Park, Shah Khan 95, Badnak 95, Kohson 95. For rice, Basmati Super 86, Rachna, Kajal, sugarcane, JN 88, 123 Thatha 10, cotton Nayab 78, B 557, 149F, Sarmast Kalandri CIM 70. So these are the names of the HYVs which increase the production of crops, and usually commercial farmers use them. Now coming towards size of farm. Size of farm is very important for the output or profit of the farmer. In our country, usually the farm size is low, small, and there are two main reasons. One is population pressure and second one is law of inheritance. And both of these factors leads towards small farms in the country. Also, people don't have enough money to buy bigger farms. That is why the size of farms is small. Now it also has some disadvantages. For example, if the size of farm is small, machinery cannot be used or it is not profitable. They are difficult to supervise. Loans cannot be obtained to develop these holdings. Irrigation is difficult in these small holdings. Experiments cannot be carried out. The output of a small holding is less and ultimately the profit will be less. Land reforms, so far there were 3 land reforms. One is in 1959, 1972 and 1977. Aims of land reforms were breaking the hold of large landlords, equitable distribution of land, protection of the rights of the tenants, that those people who take land on rent or hire some people. Consolidation of holdings. Consolidation of holdings means that consolidating or uniting the small pieces of lands into a bigger one. Results or effects of land reforms. The desired results could not be achieved because of the half-hearted implementation and the lack of political will. Many of the Barani lands in Pakistan have incomplete land records. The big landlords can easily manipulate the agencies which were assigned the responsibility of implementing the land reforms. So the land reforms are just a paperwork in our country. So above aims are not achieved so far. Effects of farming activities on natural environment. Use of fertilizers and pesticides pollutes land, air and water in the rivers. Irrigation leads to waterlogging and salinity, which damage the cultivated land. Deforestation. To clear the land may lead to soil erosion and disturbance in the natural habitat of some animals. While you are going through the slides, please follow your reference book as well for further pictures. Now coming towards the topic of sustainable agriculture. The meaning of word sustainable agriculture is that we keep on growing the crops, but at the same time we should save the natural environment for our future generations. This is sustainable agriculture. There are many ways of reducing rural poverty and raising agricultural productivity. Government may develop new highly productive and sustainable production technologies. The problems of waterlogging and salinity must be solved. and it is being done by the government, as we have discussed and studied in the chapter water resources. Soil management through afforestation projects should be done immediately. Organic farming should be encouraged for sustainable agriculture. Reclamation of deserts with the help of irrigation techniques should be done, so they can be used for the crop growth and can be used for in a productive manner. Now these are some of the short questions by which we can go through or recap the topic. What are disadvantages of small size of farms? What are the aims of land reforms? What are the problems of livestock farming? The answers are coming in the next slide. In the meantime, you can think about the answers. Answer number 1. Machinery cannot be used. They are difficult to supervise. Loans cannot be obtained to develop these holdings. Answer number 2. Breaking the hold of large landlords. Equitable distribution of land. Protection of the right of tenants. Answer number 3. Illegal smuggling of animals from Pakistan to other areas. Shortage of able animals. Shortage or can increase the price of animals in local markets. Also, the price of their products like milk, meat increases. Lack of processing facilities like pasteurizing renders most of milk unsuitable for consumption after some period of time due to milk's perishable nature.